is because this is where we're at now. Thanks to the pandemic, right? We've really shifted how we work together and where we're getting our work done. And initially that was necessity, right? We were doing that. A lot of us were working remotely or working in a hybrid team for safety reasons, to make sure that, we were sort of following all the guidelines related to the pandemic. But what has happened is that a lot of organizations, agencies, a lot of teams have discovered like, this might actually work. Like there's some value here. We're seeing more engagement. We're seeing more productivity. Like this is something that can actually work. So that's both the current state and the future state. We don't yet know what things are going to look like in our workplaces 6 months, a year, 3 years down the road. But what we're seeing is the door has really been opened to hybrid teams. We figured out that we can make it work. Not that there haven't been some challenges, but we're figuring things out. So there's a pretty good possibility that this type of work arrangement will continue into the future. And of course, with hybrid teams, again, yes, there's been some challenges, but what's interesting is we've also seen a lot of opportunities that have come as a result of hybrid teams. And so I would like for you all to take just a moment, and I'm gonna keep talking, but I would like for you to just take a moment and put into chat some of the opportunities that you're seeing on your hybrid teams. And while you're entering that into chat, I'll just share with you the results that came as a result of the questions that you asked or answered at registration. So one of the questions was exactly this: what are the opportunities that you're seeing in your hybrid teams? And overwhelmingly, you'll see here, your responses really mirror the responses that we're seeing nationally, which the big thing is flexibility, right? 38% of you named flexibility as a big thing. And flexibility in terms of where we're working, of course, how we're working. Even a few people mentioned like, man, we get to cast a wider net now when we're trying to attract talent, because the talent market's been tight for several years. Now we don't have as much of a geographical barrier, right? So there's a lot of really good stuff happening there. Productivity and working better, and this was not my term. This is something that came up in the questions or the responses, and what some of you talked about specifically was, hey, I have a little, and this goes back to flexibility. I have a little more flexibility to kind of work the way that makes sense for me. I'm able to focus a little bit more. I'm able to take a break if I need to take a break. So those things kind of came into play as well. And then there were some other ones too, and I want to check comments here. Balancing work with family, growth in connecting and being productive. Yeah. More focus. I like this from Jason. I found one of my direct reports probably stays more focused with his wife looking over his shoulder than with me looking over his shoulder. I love that. That's awesome. Also reducing traffic congestion, pollution. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of advantages, a lot of opportunities to working this way. And also with the way that some of us are working, it's become a lot more results oriented, right? As opposed to how is the work getting done? Is the work getting done, and what's the quality of that work? So these are all really great opportunities. And again, the door has been open to continue to leverage these opportunities.